Why is death, a universal experience, depicted so uniquely across different TV shows? You may have noticed that the portrayal of death in television is as varied as the shows themselves. It's a theme that resonates with us all, as it's an inevitable part of the human condition that we can't escape. Yet, how we understand and grapple with it is influenced by our individual perspectives and cultural backgrounds. This is why its depiction varies widely across different TV shows. For instance, imagine 3 unique series, let's say Breaking Bad, 6 Feet Under, and Game of Thrones. Each of these shows explores the concept of death in its own unique way, from the acceptance of one's mortality to the business of death, and even the struggle against it. Please subscribe to our channel dedicated to death and the law. So how do these shows depict the inevitable end we all face, and what can we learn from their portrayal? Let's delve into these shows and see how each one tackles the concept of accepting death. Breaking Bad, a show about a high school chemistry teacher turned methamphetamine manufacturing drug dealer, uses death as a constant, looming threat. The main character, Walter White, is thrust into a world of crime and danger after accepting his terminal cancer diagnosis. His acceptance of death, rather than leading to despair, fuels his transformation from a mild-mannered teacher to a ruthless kingpin. It's this acceptance that drives the plot, causing Walter to make choices he never would have considered before. Simultaneously, Breaking Bad doesn't shy away from the fact that death can strike anyone, at any time. This stark reality subtly shifts the perspectives of the characters throughout the series, making them more aware of their mortality and the fleeting nature of life. In doing so, it propels them to live more intensely, despite their sinister circumstances. Breaking Bad shows us that accepting death can lead to drastic changes in how we choose to live our lives. 6 Feet Under, a drama about a family-run funeral home, tackles death head-on in every episode. The show's unique setting serves as a poignant backdrop, providing a window into the business of death, as well as its personal repercussions. The funeral home, a place where death is a daily occurrence, becomes a stage for the exploration of mortality's complex facets. The characters in 6 Feet Under grapple with death not just as an eventuality, but as a routine part of their lives. This recurring interaction with death shapes their relationships, infusing them with a sense of realism and depth rarely seen on television. The characters' acceptance of death, their understanding of its inevitability, reflects in their interactions and decisions, adding a layer of profoundness to their narratives. 6 Feet Under doesn't shy away from death. Instead, it embraces it, weaving it into the fabric of the characters' lives. 6 Feet Under reminds us that death is not just an end, but also a part of life. Game of Thrones, a fantasy series set in a world of kings and queens, dragons and White Walkers, portrays death as an enemy to be fought. Indeed, this struggle against the inevitable is a recurring theme throughout the series. Characters on the show, highborn and low, engage in an unending battle with death, both in the physical and metaphorical sense. From the frozen wastes beyond the wall to the sun-scorched cities of the South, death is a constant companion, influencing decisions and shaping destinies. Some characters, like Jon Snow, literally come back from the dead, while others, like Cersei Lannister, use the threat of death as a weapon to maintain power. This relentless struggle against death underscores the fragility of life and the lengths to which people will go to preserve it. Game of Thrones demonstrates that accepting death can be a struggle, but it's a struggle that defines us. Each of these shows portrays death in a different light, reflecting the many ways in which we as humans can understand and accept it. We've journeyed together through the inevitability of death in television, from the raw acceptance in Breaking Bad to the stark business perspective in 6 Feet Under. We've seen the relentless struggle against it in Game of Thrones, each narrative providing a unique prism through which to view our own mortality. These stories not only entertain us, but they also offer a mirror to our deepest fears and hopes, allowing us to confront and understand the one certainty in life, death. They remind us that death is not simply an end, but a part of the human experience, as varied and complex as life itself. In the end, it's not about how death is portrayed, but how we choose to accept it that truly matters. Thanks for watching the whole video. Please subscribe and like for more.